Gentleman yields back. Now recognize the gentleman from California, Mr. Costa, for 5 minutes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman and the ranking member, for this important hearing. Thank you, Secretary Rollins, for being here. It's good to see you again since the swearing in, and I want to remind you that the offer I made then and still stands. Would like you to come out to California and show you some of the most productive agricultural land in the country. Last year, $59.5 billion at the farm gate, the largest agricultural state in the nation, has been for decades. I believe, and I think maybe there's a large consensus in this room, that food is a national security issue. It doesn't often get treated that way, but it is. I know from a lot of perspectives, not only the people that I represent, but I'm a third-generation family farmer in California. And I think it's important to note that California has over 70,000 farms. Ranches are remarkably productive. 70% of these farms are less than 100 acres. 89% are less than 500 acres, yet we produce 50% of the nation's fruits and vegetables, 80% of the citrus production, 20% of the milk supply, and more than 400 different agricultural commodities. It's truly an amazing story. This food production goes towards supporting nearly 5 million Californians who rely on SNAP, who are food insecure as a part of the 47 million Americans that also rely on SNAP as their food safety net. And I think we need to work together if we're going to get this farm bill done. That's the bottom line. That's what we've always done in years past. And our farmers and ranchers want to provide for our neighbors and communities and not cut them off from the dinner table. That being said, Madam Secretary, I have a couple questions. High-path avian flu hit the entire country. In California, the dairy industry and the poultry industry were hard hit. We know it's important that we follow science. You said that in your testimony. I think it's important for all of those impacted by the avian flu that we go forward with a production of a vaccine, being mindful of our trading partners. I have a bipartisan letter here, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to submit for the record on the high-path avian flu.
Without objection.
Thank you. I would like to know whether or not you're committed to continuing to work on a vaccination program for the dairy industry, Madam Secretary.
I am. One quick clarification to my friend from Georgia, the crack team behind me, Mr. Scott. We will be finalizing the agreement for Georgia next week. The money will move in July. So I just wanted to make sure to clarify. But yes, sir, we remained wholly committed to looking down every single path, under every single hood, doing everything we can on this high path to try to contain it. It obviously has jumped to the dairy industry, could jump again to another industry. It's of paramount importance we do that.
The possibility that it could affect humans is, I think, a great concern to all of us. Let me go on.
That's exactly right.
Next question involves market assistance for specialty program crops. I've had a number of farmers in my area that have applied for that. There's been confusion with the FSA offices. They're still reaching out to determine whether or not the payments from the market assistance specialty crop program are going to take place. Could you comment on this?
I will. I want to make sure I get it right. So let me flip in my handy dandy little folder here. We have allocated $2.65 billion to this program, so it is a significant priority. That's what I wanted to check.
For the purpose of my time, why don't we follow through with your office on these constituents who've been calling my office, and we can try to resolve this problem?
That would be great. We would welcome that.
Food for Peace has been an important bipartisan effort since its inception in 1954. I'm very disappointed on what happened with USAID, and I don't know how you folks are going to be able to implement the responsibility as the President has outlined. Do you agree the program should continue for USDA? It's not only helps people who are food insecure throughout the world, it helps America's view and it helps American agriculture. What's your position on that?
Yeah, well, we are reevaluating all of it. I will tell you that we have 14 of the Food for Progress projects remain active in 17 countries and funded. So the ones that align with the America First agenda, the ones that make sense to put America first and for our community, we are continuing those. And that is the the reorganization and the refocus the President asked us to do, and to the American people.
More discussion to carry on here. Also, research. Research, I think, has been an important component with our land-grant universities. I will talk to you later and send you a letter, but they're important programs at USDA stations working together with California Agriculture, and I'm very concerned about the reduction of these research programs. They've done so much for so many.
The research programs continue to be a priority. What we're looking at, that the ones that don't aren't as effective, the facilities are behind, they don't make sense, it's a waste of taxpayer dollars. But overall, the USDA remains extremely committed to the important research that our land grants do and partake. You'll see an extension and expansion in
the
some of that,
gentleman's time
but
has
ensuring that it
expired.
makes sense.